evening. I'm going to speak extemporaneously, and actually I might go lapse into silence because I generally make pictures instead of speak. So these are a string of night paintings. Mostly my work is about daylight. So this is sort of a tributary of what I do. And daylight fascinates me because it keeps time for us. Our temporal existence revolves around daylight and night. And the more I delve into representing light, the more I had to learn about making things dark. Because to create an illusion of light, I needed to be able to really go dark. So that led to a whole series of nocturne paintings, which I continue to work with and cherish in the way that one does one's work. The night paintings are about dark. They're also about a different kind of light that's available. The temporal piece that you experience with daylight lapses a bit. It's a little smudgier, a little looser. You can't always pin down the time at night the way that you can during the day. So they have that interest for me. And then there's reflected light, there's moonlight, there's artificial light. I think so far all of these are oil paintings. They vary in size from roughly 1 feet to 4 feet in one dimension. The other theme that runs through my work and that enters the nocturne paintings too is a sense of place or home. And for me, home is about family, commitment, comfort, being known and knowing, loving and being loved. It's the place that we protect, that we safeguard. It's important. So for me, that is a compelling theme through all my work, light and this sense of place and all of those things that it conjures up for us. In general, my work is very local, which you can probably tell exactly where these are if you have ever happened to have been there. But sometimes they have an ineffable part that strikes a chord with somebody, and what I really want them to do most is to ring true in whatever way that they can for you. Along the theme of home, I've also been extending that to clusters of houses and a greater sense of community. So I'm stretching out a little bit into village scenes and that kind of thing. This painting I just finished a few days ago. And for me it was interesting because of all the different kinds of light and color of light that were going on there. It was tricky to switch around one's eyes and see all of that. So this is a painting of a logging truck being loaded very late one December afternoon in the dark. I have a long affection for the woods and a deep respect for people who work in the woods. And living here in this state, working as an artist, spending a lot of time in observation of all sorts, I couldn't help but notice that the state is 75% forested. And I began to realize that that's really important and that has a lot of ramifications. So I began to focus on that a bit. And I do have a deep affection for it. I wanted to bring my sense of light into this world and use the beauty that comes with light to compel people to really look at what they're seeing about the working forest. Most of these paintings are about people working in the particular ones I'm showing tonight are about people working in the forest, but obviously when we say working forest, we're also talking about the work that the forest does in terms of ecosystem service. We depend on the forest for carbon sequestration, to filter our water, to prevent flooding. We depend upon it for recreation and spiritual resources. This particular logger is using a piece of equipment called a forwarder, which actually it's an older piece of equipment, but actually is a very forward thinking piece of equipment. It does a lot less damage in the woods than a traditional skidder. This is a portable sawmill. So again, I'm really looking for searing occasions of light that will rivet our attention. Some of the work that I've done in this series are large paintings of view sheds and watersheds, because that is part of the function of the forest, and small paintings of wildflowers as well. So it's a collection of work. And my aim with it is, I've been doing it for almost 20 years, this particular little strand of what I normally do. And my aim with it is to create a traveling exhibition of these particular works, to focus on the forest, on it as a resource that we use, but also as something that we are part of, and a changing, shifting relationship with our world that way. So I'll look for that at some point in the not too distant future, that there will be, hopefully not too far from you, an opportunity to see these works collected in person, as opposed to looking at digital images of them outsize here. Thank you.